It's an Instagram app. I'm going to release an app to the Apple App Store, and I'm going to release it for free. I'm going to share with you how I'm going to make $15,000 from this app and how other app developers are making money from their apps as well as selling their services. So before I start, hit the like button, subscribe to my feed, and I'm going to be sharing with you all these wonderful secrets as an app developer. As soon as people hear that you're an app developer, people want to know, how do your apps make money? It couldn't be a better time to be an app developer. So if you're thinking of changing careers, app developer is one of the best career choices you can have. And you don't have to go to school for ages. Companies are paying top dollar for salaries. Clients are paying top dollar for you to develop their apps. So it's a great industry to be in. There used to be only 3 ways to make money from your app. But I'm going to tell you about this 4th way. It's a brand new way, and it's a way a lot of companies are going in terms of making money and monetizing their app. So the first way is selling your app on the App Store. So typically, if you sell an app for 99 cents, Apple takes a 30% cut of all your app sales. So typically you'd be making about 70 cents per app. Now that's what I call the Apple tax. That's for them processing your app, hosting your app on their web server, as well as downloading and managing all the payments for your app. The second way to make money and monetize your app is in-app advertising. So, do you display a banner at the top or bottom of your app? Do you display an interstitial after a user completes a level or wants to download more content, they have to view an app? This is very tricky because you're probably thinking, you know what, if I start to use advertising within my app, it's going to drive the user away. So will they continue to use your app if they're inundated by all kinds of advertising, top, bottom ads? They have to wait 5 seconds to load it. If you're wanting to serve ads in your app, certainly consider that, but also look at the successful ads that are displaying in a streaming app. Facebook serves ads in an app, and so many people are on Facebook through their mobile device. Twitter does the same thing. Instagram is huge for that. YouTube also displays ads. There's one particular, Google AdSense, which is basically displaying apps within your ads, and Google has a mobile tool that you can download and then include in your app. It's all an API, so there's not much programming involved. I want to talk to you about how to display your ads. So there's a couple examples here of how apps are displaying their ads. And it's a good way to start to monetize your app, but it's a very tricky way. So you've got to tread very lightly because you don't want to drive off your users. So the third way to make money in your apps is offering in-app purchases. So if you ever played the game like Clash of Clans, you have to purchase different upgrades, different levels. Supercell has made a fortune making apps with in-app purchases. If you have a photo filter app, you might want to download some extra filters, so that's a really great way to promote some in-app purchases there. And if you have a video editing app that you've just released to the App Store, you want users to download some new intros, that's a really great way to have in-app purchases. So you can start to monetize the users as well as the content and display more content for them, and they can purchase upgrades. So they basically are in a shop where they don't purchase what they don't need. So that's an important piece there, is in-app purchases. Now there were 3 ways for the longest time to monetize your apps. So Apple had just introduced a brand new subscription-based service. So the 4th way to monetize your app is through subscription-based. Now beware, if you charge your subscription for your app, for using your app, user might download the app for free, they might get hit with the subscription fee right off the bat. So that's a little bit tricky to introduce that. So if you release an app and you have subscription-based services, be prepared to take 30% right off the top of your profits because Apple is going to tax you. So who else does it well is Disney does it well. They've just introduced a brand new streaming service. It's a subscription-based model. Also, Amazon does a subscription-based model where they have a streaming service, subscribe for 1 year, and you pay that entire amount up front. You could build that into a very good business, but I would recommend researching that first. And like I said, companies are paying huge salaries for app developers. One way of monetizing your services is basically hiring yourself out. So you could develop an app for a client. There's all kinds of different pricing models that you want to follow, but typically you want to charge a premium for your service. You also want to deliver it on time, and you also want to deliver it within budget. So that's one way to make money as an app developer, and it's a very good way. So look at some of my examples here. You can see some of the apps that I've created, and in the App Developer Academy, I'll share with you my formula for starting an app development company. Now, the other 3 ways of making money as an app developer is creating an app like the Instagram app that I'm going to share with you, and I call this the pump and dump method. And pump and dump isn't always a bad term. I use it here because you're pumping up the value of your app and then you're selling your app. You're pumping up the volume. So I use it here because you're pumping up the value of your app and then you're selling your app. Someone may want, access to 100,000 users. Instead of building up that user base, it might have taken 2 years. They could purchase an app through the App Store, talk to the developer and say, I love your app. I want to buy your app. How much are you going to charge me for it? I hope you got some valuable information from this YouTube video. Again, my email is down below. The app website is appdeveloperacademy.com. This is also a blog post, so you'll be seeing an additional blog post with all the points there. I'll link to the blog in the description. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you ways that I created my app development company and some tools, some tips, some tricks, and other companies that are being very successful in developing apps. So hit the subscribe, hit the like, and thanks for watching.